Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Now as you can see, I'm sure, we are in total chaos here. There is stuff everywhere and we're in the middle of literally trying to sort some of this stuff out. Now this is one of the problems we have when we've got to try and set the room up whilst it's being occupied at the same time. We haven't had the luxury this time of being able to put our stuff elsewhere really in time for us to do it. So what we're going to do today, we are going to try out some new lights. Now you would have remembered in the old Beastie Room we used LED lights that were literally on a coil, so they were literally just like on a foil, so LEDs in a strip foil. And the beauty of those is that we could have them, I think the ones we used were like about 16 feet long. So they went the full length of our shelving in one hit, which is really useful and very simple to install. Now, although they did work, and they did work relatively well for most of our plants, some of our moss was struggling. And we're not sure whether this was down to the watering or whether it was down to the lighting, but I'm pretty sure the lighting had a big part to play in it. So what we've done now is we've gone for a different type of light because we thought it's a perfect opportunity to try something new. And we've gone for a T8 LED grow light. Now, the disadvantages that we found with this sort of system is we only appear to be able to get these in a 2-foot bar, which is these here. Now, that in itself isn't too much of a problem. The problem lies in we want to light up a whole shelf line. Now, we bought 4 of these, a pack of 4, and it came to around about £50, I think it was, for the 4. Now, we can join these together, so we can do what they call a daisy chain. They come with everything that you need. So we've got a plug here. So if you only wanted the one, you literally just plug them in the end, plug that in the wall, and away you go. Oh, excuse me. Thank you. And that is all you need. Now, one of the things that we sort of thought about with these is they do give off a little bit of a pink light. It's slightly pink. Now, we're not sure as to whether that is going to cause us any issues. Now, these are the other things that we can use to actually separate them. So we can, say separate them, we want to join them. We can use these and then add another light onto that one, and we can link them across, this is what we're going to do. This is the system we're going to use. They're very, very easy to install. We've got all of our bits and pieces in here. They give you everything for depending on how you want to mount them. Now we're going to mount them literally using the metal brackets that they supply, and we literally screw them up, and then all these do is they just clip on, so like that, and that is it. So we can move this up and down wherever we want it to be. So it's very, very simple, he says confidently. Right, so we need these bits here, we need these lights here. Now, one of the things that's worth mentioning here is with these grow lights, many of the lights on the market, especially if you go onto Amazon and that, they state that they are full spectrum lights. Now, plants can only use, they need red and blue light in which to photosynthesize. Now, if we, with the normal full spectrum lighting, the white lighting, although they still class it as a full spectrum, it has no red or blue light in it. So it's of no use to our plants. Now, we have got some of those as well. The advantage of those is that we can get them in a 4-foot length, but and we can daisy chain them the same as these. It's the same end design as these ones are. So they're really, really cool. And they're really designed for things like garages, workshops and stuff like that. And we did use some of them in the last place, and they're fine as a general lighting, and they're good for doing up on your shelves if you've got spiders that don't require any plants. If you've just got enclosures, they're fine for that sort of thing. So we're going to use some of them as well at a later date. But for the plant growth, we must have the red and the blue and the white lighting. And that's what all these different electrodes are in here. So as you can see, the clear ones are the white ones. The red are obviously the red, and the yellow is the blue, I believe. So once these are all shining on, we will see how intense they are. And the colour, the wavelengths that these particular colours give out are very, very intense. So we need to be careful with our spiders that we don't have these literally laying on the top of the enclosures. And we must provide our spiders with somewhere to hide. This is the thing, if you're going to have a bioactive enclosure, your spiders should have plenty of places to hide anyway. But it's more important that you give them, make sure they've got that option that they can get away. They're not just hiding behind a bit of plant. They need places in which to hide, and that is to escape from this light. Now, some of them may come out and bask in it, because we do get a lot of our diurnal spiders, things like your avics and stuff that are out and about. They tend to be moving in the daytime as well. So there's a good chance that they might even sit out in this, as do a lot of reptiles. A lot of reptiles need UVB, and some of these lights are actually supplying a small amount of UVB. So we can, hopefully, we will see a difference in our behaviour with our spiders, see what they do. Right, we're going to give this a go now and see what we can do. Now, there's two in there. There's two in there. Right. So what we're going to do, we want to cover up. This is going to be an end one. So with this one, you get a little tiny cap here, little white cap. That's that there. And that literally just slots in there. And that covers that up. Probably didn't need to push it in that far. I might have a job getting that out if I need it out again at a later date. They should just go flush. But this is to stop moisture or anything like that getting in there. So we've got our trusty drill. We'll get rid of our box. I think we've got all our bits that we need. We've got our bits here. So right, so what we're going to do now is we are going to swap places with camera lady. No, she's going to swap places with me. Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this really, really simply. We're not going to be getting too technical about this. There is no need to get too technical. So what we want, this is the shelf that we're going to put our avics and what have you on. And we're going to see, this is a trial run. We need to find out how these are going to behave, how they're going to do. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure these are our connectors. So we're going to put that in there so we know roughly where we're going to go. I think we're going there, right. So we're going to put that there. Hopefully we can do this nice and easy. There's one. We'll get our other one. Oh, we're getting very technical now, are we, camera lady? Yeah. She does like to get in. She does like to get involved, guys. So what we're going to do, we're just going to clip this one up in here. See, that's already holding. We could possibly get away with just having the one in here, to be fair. I'm going to put this one in here. Oh. Don't do them up too tight. If you do them too tight, you'll actually flare the bracket and it won't grip the light. There we go, we're in. So that is it. That's one of them in. So we're now going to move on and do the other one. Now, as luck would have it, these lights are going to fit in between our brackets. So you can see we've got our wall brackets here. Now, because we use this system, it means that the actual bracket that holds the shelf up causes us problems with the lights because they run almost the full length of the thing. So if you look down here, you will see, come this way, you can see distance wise, you see where they come out to. So our lights actually fit up underneath like that. And because they're quite intense, it's going to be interesting to see how much light is covered, or how much we see from the thing. So we don't want to be looking directly at this because it will just detract from what we're trying to achieve. So we empty these out. I'm quite sad, and I keep all of these little bits and pieces, and I'll put them in my little electrical box. You never know when you're going to need them. I've got stuff in there that I've had for 30 years and I've never needed it yet, but we still hang on to these things. Don't we, camera lady? Just in case. You never know. You never know. Trust me. Right. I'm going to put this one in here. Now, one of the things that I think any of you guys out there that wear glasses, I have varifocal glasses, and it's really, really difficult to actually look up and see because you're looking through the wrong part of your lens, and it makes it really hard. So, so if you see me struggling a bit, it's because I can't see what I'm doing. I think my lady's being a bit of a pain today. Right. Are we making this look easy or what? That was what they call a rhetorical question, my love. No need to respond. There we go, look at this. Oh, now that's interesting. Ah, I thought we was one short. Right. So we literally just join them up again. There we go, get the next one. It's all quite straightforward, he says. And as you can see there, we really are, we are not being none too particular about it. Just clip in like so. See, varifocal problem there. Can't actually see what I'm doing.
The way you're puffing, it sounds like you're doing really hard work.
I am doing really hard work. What you can do to make life a little bit easier for yourself is take the sticky thing off before you put it up. There we go. We'll put our last connector in. That's in there. There we go. Oh, this is looking all right, isn't it? Yeah, take the sticky thing off now. You see how easy it is when you do it, when it's not hanging in the air? Much easier. Now put this end in again. This is literally our plug and play. It's about the only thing I've ever used actually that actually does what it says on the tin. All our other plug and play stuff drives us around the bend. Right. So again, we just offer it up. Make sure it's going where we want it.
What are you going to do with the ugly wire?
What we're going to do with the ugly wire, I don't know. One thing at a time, camera lady. We will work that out in a minute. Right, that's that one. Almost there, look at that. No time at all. I'm going to put that there. And we're going to have this one up here. The good thing is about this is because we're not carrying any weight. They actually felt really easy. Right, so that's that one there. Now you see I've done that one a little too tight. What it does is it flexes the bracket. There we go. Perfect. Right then, so now we're in. We've done that bit. What we're looking for now is our main supply. Now, one of the things that we're going to probably have to do now, what we will do is we will plug this in temporarily just to show you guys how this is actually going to work. But what we will do is we will run this down behind here. That will come up behind there and that will plug in there. But as you can see, it's not going to reach. It is literally just short, and that's because the switch is on the other side. So what we're going to do, we need to, these are a sealed plug on these, as everything is now. They're all literally got these like safety plugs on them now. What we will do is we will cut this off and we will put an old style plug back on the end, another fused plug, but we'll put it back on the end, and that means that we can literally drop the lead down through there, down through the back of the shelving, and then we can plug it in into our extension. But to just show you the effect on what we've got, we will do it like this for now. We're going to plug that in there. Oh, there we go. We've got the light. Right, hopefully. Ah, and there we are. We have light all the way along the shelf. Now it's not actually, it looks a little pink. We'll get a cable tie and we can literally just tie that to the back of the bracket. That will get them out of the way. So what we'll do, we'll put a couple of spiders up, because our next job is going to be to rehouse and redo all of these spiders. so that we got nice clean tanks, because you know how I feel about dirty glass. So we're going to put these back on the wall for now. Get an idea of how it's going to look. Now this is better. This we'll see a bit more with these ones. It's going to be an interesting thing to see how our moss gets on with this lighting. So what we're going to do, we're going to run this one shelf, and this cost us 50 quid to set this lighting up. So it's not a huge amount of money, but the downside to all these things is we have to spend the money to find out whether we get the right effect, because there's no way of telling. So as you can see now, all of these tanks have either been in storage, or some of these went over to Portsmouth tarantulas. And because with our moss we need to keep moisture in our moss all the times, and when I dropped all of these off, I told them don't worry about it all, just let them dry out a bit. And so what we done, I think you remember when I said on one of the previous videos that when we put all of these spiders over into Portsmouth tarantulas, we run them down so that they were on basically a maintenance level. So we literally let everything die down. So what we're going to do next is we are going to pull out all of this dead stuff. We're going to clean the glasses up, and we'll replace the top with fresh new moss, and then we'll re-liven it all up. So we'll basically soak these out through, because all these avics, although we've run them down into a dry spell, they can control with a dry spell quite well, and it does them good to some extent to dry them out and give them that period of time. And then what we can do is we can flood them, we can bring up the humidity again, and then that will keep our moss and everything else hopefully on the right track. But time will tell. These have got good reviews, these lights. We'll see what they do. I think I'm trying to think if I remember the company that had them. It doesn't actually say, but they are on Amazon. We picked them up from. So they're a T8 LED grow light. I can't think of it.
It says on the package E&D.
Who?
Shipped from E&D.
E&D. Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Anywho.
But yeah, they're a UK based one. We'll have to see if we can't find the link. I'm not very good at doing links, but we'll try and find the link. So what we're going to do, we're going to try these out on here, and then we're going to set up our 4-foot lights, which basically run exactly the same sort of system, exactly the same way, but they are a pure white light. There is no red and blue in them. And we're going to use them to light the shelves where we don't have plants, because it's not that important. We don't need it if we haven't got the plants. So we're going to trial run these and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if I like there is a definite pink hue in there, isn't there? A little bit. But maybe in our next video we will do all the moss and we will clean them up, and we can run through that and have a little bit about what we're going to try to achieve with these enclosures. And then this way it will save us having to rip them out and starting all from scratch. We can literally just change out the tops of these, get some moisture back in them. We might add a bit of soil as we go. We'll rip them out individually with the spider in there. We'll leave the spider in there and we'll work on them individually as we go along. And we'll bring you guys along for the trip, and you can see what we're doing. But as far as the lighting goes, I think they work quite well. I do actually quite like them. Good. Are you pleased with that? I think they look quite good, because that heater nearly had me then. Oh, dearie me, you don't want to start on me. Right, So as you can see, all of the enclosures that we've got up, we've still got more to come into the room. There's just loads to come yet. But as you can see, all our mosses have dried off. They've died off. They've not been doing much at all. So we need to get back round to getting them nice and clean and bright again. We've got these ones down here. I'm hoping with some of these that if we give them a really good soaking, they may just liven up and pick up again. Because as you know, in this country, in the real height of summer, our moss in the forests and what have you dries up a little bit and it dies back. It goes into almost like a dormant stage. But then we'll have one day of rain and then it's vibrant green again. It's absolutely beautiful stuff. So we can, I'm hoping some of this stuff will clean up. We just need to clean our tanks and that because they're in an absolutely filthy state at the moment. Disgusting. Look at them. Look. At least we know our spiders are alive because they have messed everywhere. So we need to get this clean because it's an absolute eyesore. Right then. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's just a little something I thought we'd share with you, something that we're actually testing and we're going to see. These also, the other good thing about the LEDs is they don't give off an awful lot of heat. So they're quite good like that. They're also very cheap to run. They don't work out too bad. I think if you go on the Amazon sites, a lot of them will actually give you what their energy ratings are. And some of the cheaper lights are awful energy ratings. But if you pay a little bit more for your light, you get a better energy rating and a better light. And in terms of actual usage, I think these go up to, I think it's 50 or 60,000 hours. I mean, it's just incredible. You know, you should get a good few years out of one of these lights. So it's a small investment. £50 for the 4 of them. Not a bad investment at all. The thing to think now is just to see whether they actually work. That's what we're the thing to thing, isn't it? The thing to thing. I've got tongue tied there. Thing to thing. Yeah, we'll just see now whether they actually work. But right, something to follow through for the future. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and saw just how easy it is. And a bit of luck, you guys can do some of your own and maybe put them up on Facebook so we can all see them. And I'll be really, really interested to see what your results are. Yeah, it's very, very good. As you can see down there, we've been rehousing a number of our spiders. Look, got them all in the new boxes. We're trying this system out as well.
Are you saying goodbye?
Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye because we are done now. See the problem? You see what happens? You get me in this room and you start talking spiders and I can't shut up. It's terrible. It's like camera lady in a shoe shop. She just don't know when to stop. Right. Don't forget. Don't forget. Be calm. Be gentle. And love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.